In 1997, forensic psychiatrist Dr. Jack Graham testifies at the trial of suspected serial killer John Forster, dubbed the Seattle Slayer by police. Graham's testimony and expert psychiatric opinion are crucial in the conviction of Forster for the attempted killing of Janie Cates and the murder of her sister Joni, who was drugged, hanged upside down and killed after the killer invaded the sister's apartment. Upon receiving a guilty verdict from the jury, Forster taunts Graham, saying, "Tick-tock, Doc." 9 years later, as Forster's execution date approaches, several similar torture murders occur. Graham, now teaching at the University of Washington, is questioned by a lawyer from the Attorney General's office as well as FBI Special Agent Frank Parks. The latest victim, Dale Morris, is revealed to be a former psychology student of Graham's. They attended the same party the night before. On the way to his class, Graham receives a phone call from someone using a voice changer, informing him that he has 88 minutes to live. He reports the call to his lesbian secretary, Shelley, asking for a risk assessment profile of suspects. Graham receives another phone threat while teaching and becomes suspicious of his students, particularly Mike Stempt. The dean of students, Carol Johnson, interrupts the class to report a bomb threat. Evacuating, Graham finds threats written both on the classroom's overhead projector and on his car, which has been vandalized in the parking garage. Graham is then met by his teaching assistant, Kim Cummings, who offers to help find the perpetrator. In the stairwell, Graham encounters one of his students, Lauren Douglas, attacked by an unknown assailant and reports the assault to campus security. Graham and Kim go to his condo, where a package has been delivered. The package contains an audio tape of his kid sister, Kate, crying for help before being murdered. Graham concludes that someone accessed his secure files to obtain the tape. Kim's ex-husband, Guy LaForge, appears with a gun at the apartment door, but is shot and killed from behind by an assailant masked by a motorcycle helmet. A fire alarm is triggered by the sudden onset of smoke and the shooter flees through the crowd. Outside, shortly after, Graham's car explodes, having been rigged with a bomb. Renting a cab, Graham explains to Kim that his sister was killed decades earlier, when he left her alone in his apartment. The crime took exactly 88 minutes. Next, Graham and Kim visit Sarah Pollard, a woman Graham slept with the night before, but find her murdered in her apartment with evidence incriminating Graham. Carol calls Graham and makes comments suggesting that she is the killer, demanding that Graham meet her at his office. Shelley arrives at Sarah's apartment and advises Graham that she suspects Lauren was the one who stole the audio tape of Kate's death. Kim disappears from the apartment and later calls Graham with a threat similar to Carol's, also demanding he meet her at the office. Through prison visitation records, Graham deduces that Forster's appeals attorney, Lydia Doherty, is a pseudonym for Lauren, surmising that she set up the frame on orders from Forster. Kim calls again, instructing Graham to come to another nearby location on campus, where he finds Carol hanging over a 7th-floor balcony. Kim is tied up and gagged nearby, held at gunpoint by Lauren. Lauren forces Graham to confess on tape that he gave false testimony at Forster's trial. Special Agent Parks arrives and shoots Lauren, causing both Carol and Lauren to partially fall from the balcony. Graham saves Carol from completing the fall, but Lauren comes loose and plummets to her death. When Forster calls asking to speak with Lauren, Graham informs him of Lauren's death. He quips, "Tick-tock, tick-tock, you got 12 hours to live," before throwing the phone into the void. Graham flashes back to interactions with Kate and Janie Cates. Then pockets the device that recorded his confession. He shares knowing glances with Parks and Kim before walking away.